You've been trying. You've been really trying, not just to get by, but to genuinely heal, to grow. And all that effort, that intention, that stuff really matters. So let's dive into this, because if you've been putting in all that work and you still feel stuck, then this is for you. I mean, you've read the books, right? You've probably got a stack of them on your nightstand. You've highlighted the important parts. You've dog-eared the pages. You've tried to soak it all in. And you've definitely listened to the podcasts. Your commute, your gym time, your walks, they're all filled with episodes about healing and growth. You've taken the advice. You've even done the journal prompts. And you told yourself, I'm healing. You really believed it. You told your friends, yeah, I'm working on myself. And you know what? In a lot of ways, you were. You were building so much awareness. But here's the question that just keeps coming up. Why does it feel like you're still in the exact same place? After all that, the same old anxieties, the same relationship dynamics, they're all still there. So what's going on here? Well, the answer might just be in what we're going to call the self-care paradox. This is where we have to take a much closer look at what we've been told healing is supposed to be. And boom, here it is. This is the absolute heart of our conversation today. There's the self-care that feels good, and then there's the self-care that actually works. And they are not always the same thing. Learning to spot the difference, that's the real game changer. Okay, so look at this. This really reframes the whole thing. On the left, you've got what we usually think of as self-care, right? Taking space, resting, distracting yourself. And hey, those things aren't bad, but they can easily become a form of avoidance. And on the right, that's the stuff that creates real change. Saying the hard thing, admitting you were hurt, choosing differently. That stuff doesn't feel like a bubble bath. It feels risky. Let's just sit with this for a second. We hear this all the time. I'm protecting my peace. It's a huge mantra. But what if the only way to get real, lasting peace is on the other side of a really uncomfortable conversation? Are you protecting a temporary quiet, or are you building a peace that will actually last? And here's another one. Is the rest you're taking actually restoring you? Is it recharging your batteries so you can face the challenge? Or is it just a way to put off doing the thing you know you need to do? One is fuel, the other's just hitting the snooze button. Think about it. A real boundary is something you communicate. It's an action. A quiet withdrawal, though, that's just pulling away without a word, leaving the other person confused and the actual problem just hanging in the air. One builds respect, the other, well, that usually just builds resentment. So if we're doing this stuff, why? Well, that leads us right into our next section, how our best intentions can sometimes be a really, really good disguise for avoidance. This is such a simple but profound truth. It is so much easier to understand your patterns, to talk about them, journal about them, know exactly where they came from. It's a whole other thing to actually act differently when you're in that moment. Action is where everything changes. And honestly, it's the line we're all a little scared to cross. And why is it so scary? Because taking action has a cost. Real change creates friction. You have to let go of the version of yourself that everyone else is used to. You have to shake up those dynamics that feel so familiar, even if they're not healthy. And you have to shatter that cozy illusion that everything is fine when you know deep down that it's not. Now, this is so important to understand. Avoidance is not a character flaw. It is not you being lazy. It is an old protective strategy. At some point in your life, avoiding conflict or a tough feeling or a hard conversation, that was the smartest and safest thing you could do. It kept you safe. It worked. The problem is, that same strategy that kept you safe back then might be the very thing that's keeping you stuck now. And that brings us to the real price of staying comfortable. We tell ourselves this all the time, right? I'll do it when I feel ready. I'll make that change when I'm more confident. But what if ready is a myth? What if that feeling of readiness isn't something you wait for? What if it's something that happens because you acted? This is the part that is so hard for our brains to accept. We want the full roadmap before we even take the first step. But so often, it's only after we take that scary, uncertain first step that the next part of the path becomes clear. You have to start moving to get a new point of view. Oof, I know, that one can sting a little, but it is also the most empowering ideal we'll talk about today. If you feel stuck, it's not because you're broken, it's not because you're hopelessly confused, it's because on some level you are making a protective choice to stay where things are familiar. So how do we break this cycle? It's not about blowing up your life overnight. It's about a small but powerful shift in your goal. You start seeking clarity instead of comfort. Let's see what that actually looks like. Seriously, forget the 5-year plan for just a minute. The way forward isn't about fixing everything all at once. It's about finding one thing, one single thing, and just being completely, brutally honest about it. That one little shift can start to change everything. So let's make this real, right now. Think about your life. Where are you calling something self-care when it's really avoidance? Is that rest day actually a procrastination day? Is that boundary really just you going silent? Just be honest with yourself.
Oh, you know the one. We all have one. It's the one you talk about, the one you've analyzed to death. You see it coming, you watch yourself do it, and you feel bad about it afterward, but you haven't actually interrupted it yet. What is that pattern for you?
And here it is. This is the big one. This question gets to the root of it all. If you finally stopped avoiding it, what's the thing you'd have to face? Is it someone else's disappointment? Is it an awkward silence? Is it your own grief? Whatever that fear is, facing it is where all your power is hiding. And really, that's what this all boils down to. The change you're looking for, your comeback, it's not going to show up when you feel perfectly ready. It's waiting for you to just be real, to take one real, honest action. So the question I want to leave you with is this. What's the one thing you can be real about starting today?